What is up, YouTube? Devi 2100 here, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a callback video to something we used to do back in the day a lot of, which is the like review videos of products and stuff. Now, normally we used to review a lot of like cannabis products, vaping products, like gaming products, and kind of to keep in line with the gaming trend lately. What I wanted to do was review some G Fuel here. We got their Bubblegum here, so that way you guys can kind of see it there. So we got this guy here, and the reason why I wanted to do this one, not specifically one of the sachets we got here, like the hype sauce, which I do plan to do this one here at some point. I actually want to do this one live because this one I think might end up being one I like a lot, but I also noticed that when I did get my package in, sadly enough, there was a tiny bit of powder in the actual Ziploc bagging, and I've not been able to identify which one of these lost a little bit. It wasn't a whole lot, but just enough that I'm like, it might dilute the taste just a tiny bit. One I am really curious about, because I don't know how much I really like. I like blackberries themselves, but I don't think I've ever had a drink that's been blackberries. So this black on blackberry, which apparently isn't even available anymore. Like if you actually look here on the site, when we look over in G Fuel, we go to the what's in that shop? We go to Tubs. If you actually like look through some of these tubs and stuff like that, you won't see it anywhere on this list. So then I was like, okay, let me type up, because I wanted to see what the actual like exact flavor was going to be. So let's go black on, there it is, black on blackberry. So you see the tub right there. So apparently this is only available, I think, only in sachets, I think. I'm not exactly sure. Yes. Okay, so you can get the sachets of this still, but apparently the tubs of it, I don't know if maybe just weren't a big enough seller. I mean, they are selling the darkness bundle with the blackberry, which is, oh, it's funny that those products aren't available, yet they are still listed on the site like this. I guess a description for this would be nice to still have, but you can have it on the sachet, I'm sure. But it's like, what's better than the blackberry? How about blackberry, which is more, so it's just like, it's blackberry with extra blackberries is really what it's all amounts to there, everybody. So it's like, okay, cool. I like the idea of this. I just don't know how I feel about it. Now, the one I think I may like the least, and I'm like kind of hoping it was the one that lost some of the freaking flavoring, is just this plain pineapple one. Now, I'm kind of like mixed, because if I like it, then I may end up liking the pineapple banana one that is for Cyberpunk, for the Phantom Liberty one. And I was looking at a few of the other ones, and I'm like, some of the flavors they chose for some of the things I really like. I'm like, dang, I don't think I'll like that. But when I was looking through the list of things, I'm like, okay, what do I want to get? It was kind of funny, because when I first went to the website at the time, I don't know why it was, but for some reason, the first thing that actually popped up was not one of these guys here, but in fact, actually, it was the Bubblegum one. So the first one that actually popped up for me was like legitimately this guy on the front page, and I was just like, I love Bubblegum, so of course as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, we're just gonna do an instant buy. That is an instant click. I didn't do the subscriber one. I thought about doing it, and at first I was like, oh yeah, totally gonna do this. I'm deciding against it. It was funny though, is a lot of my friends, apparently, I don't know, that didn't know this, at least for this guy right here, right, this Bubblegum. If you were to like click on their video, if it'll let me play it. 3 years ago this was released, so this product is not new. It is actually fairly old. I think some of my friends maybe just didn't realize this was on that list until just recently. It was something that was kind of weird, because I didn't have a single friend that did not have like this, not be like one of the ones that like, oh dude, I just tried this. It's kind of one of their newer flavors. I really liked it. And I was like, I kind of thought that Bubblegum was one of their flavors already, but I guess not, and I thought maybe I was wrong. Maybe they refreshed it, whatever the case was. No, this is just, it's the same Bubblegum one that they had before. It's just, again, friends sometimes, I guess, don't get on track with some of the newer items that drop when they do drop. I guess like they're a little late to the party, if you will. 3 years a little late. But the undeniable nostalgia, the satisfying trip down flavor memory lane, the fantastical, whimsical taste bud, extravaganza. God, this is such a tongue fucking twister. Like, whoever wrote this, you're diabolical, because this is beyond a tongue twister to read. But the fun fact I love about how flavor is subjective is that, like, I let my mom try some of this. I was like, "Oh, hey, check this out. See if you like it." Because, you know, she's usually a big fan of like the bubblegum ice cream and, you know, sodas and stuff like that. I let her try, and she was like, "Yeah, no, that does not taste like bubblegum." I'm like, "I think it tastes like bubblegum." So I will admit to a fault though. I did use 2 scoops. And I didn't take the top piece off originally, so I ended up doing 2 of those scoops. So that might have been a little bit more than was intended. So I actually have not gotten to actually try this out the way it was intended. So I'm going to do that right now while we're on the video. And since it's already 5 minutes in, might as well get into it. And if you guys are enjoying this video so far, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of everything so far. And so I'm going to pop open this bad boy. Now, one thing I do like is that none of the powders so far that I've had have had like any color to them at all. So like this has no color whatsoever to it. It smells like bubblegum though. It smells like bubblegum powder. Okay. We got our scoop. We got our stainless steel shaker right here. So I do like the wait, it says G Fuel on the front here. What I really like about this shaker is this actual blender. I'm not gonna lie, guys. So kind of review on this little shaker here for a second before you mix it up. This right here, absolutely love the way this has this mesh thing, and that it actually does freely move inside of this guy for the most part. It doesn't move if you're like sitting there holding it like this. Like, I mean, it kind of does, but once you hear it with the water, you can actually hear it turning around a lot of times, and it makes it easier to blend, which I think, like, one thing I will say about the Sneak one that I actually fucking hated about the Sneak containers was that they legitimately, whenever you put the blender like this back in, it would get stuck. Like 9 out of 10 times, my fucking blender would be stuck inside of the actual container, and then I'm like, oh great, I need to like remove my my blender out to clean the shaker out and everything like that, and it just will not come out now. Great, awesome. That's what I love having to have, you know. So we're only gonna fill this up to about the 15 mark on water. It's a little bit harder to do when you can't see through this guy. I do wish there was an inside notch. So I'm just kind of gonna use my best guess here. Yeah, no, this is only 1 scoop. Alright, I think that's just below 15, so good enough. But this is just 1 scoop. I haven't done it like this yet, so I'm actually curious how this is going to taste. Because it's supposed to be 40 servings, and I've definitely used a good bit more than I probably should have. It's like, especially when you like shake it up like this, you can definitely feel that turn. Make sure I got that on tightly enough. Especially when I do this. I like to make sure I give it a nice good shake up there. Alright, just wiping this off for a second here. I think that actually tastes just as good with 1 scoop. I actually don't know if you taste the difference with 2 scoops. That's actually kind of unique. I feel like this is, I mean, it's not as pungent, I will say that. It doesn't kick you, like, right in the teeth, like when I made it the other day. Yeah, it tastes like bubblegum. Like, what it reminds me of is, it kind of shows in that video, those hard candy balls that you'd get like at a vending machine. You'd pop in the quarter, turn it around, boom, drop it down, grab your candy ball, or your bubblegum ball, I should say. That's what this reminds me of. Now, I will say, hands down, some of the flavors that I have kind of like already have in mind for what's going to be bought. One is going to be this Amy's strawberry shortcake, because apparently it's one of the ones that you're supposed to add with milk. I want to try that. One is also, I think, was it above it here? Or no, yeah, it's above here. So rainbow sherbet, another one to add with milk. I want to try this one with milk, and without milk is great. I will say that I did it without milk. Another good one. Let's see here. I'm really looking forward to doing right here, the Twisted Metal ice cream sour strawberry cotton candy. I'm like, yo, I love me some cotton candy. Definitely doing that one. I would like to get this guy not in the cans. I've tried this in the can and it was fucking tasty, so I would love to try this power pellet one as well. Another one, I keep being told to try the peach rings. I keep being told I need to do the peach rings, and it's like, it's the best, and I'm like, I'm a hit or miss with peach. Okay, I'm a real big hit or miss with peach, and I'm like, I'm a little leery about this one. Let's see here. Where is, oh, here it is. There's my baby snow cone. I want to get this one again. Now this one we only had in a sachet, right? It tasted amazing, really good. I had this a while back when my my mom actually won a shaker from a friend of ours, actually, and he actually hooked us up and put a bunch of sachets inside the shaker that she had won. And so it was like, all right, that's actually really freaking cool. So definitely want to see that hook up on that. And so the snow cone was one of them. I got this in mine the other day, and the shiny splash, that was actually really good. I gotta say, I had no hopes for it to be good. Now here's why. Blueberry flavorings, again, kind of messes with me sometimes. Like blue raspberry is very artificial. I'm used to this kind of artificial flavoring, right? So I was kind of expecting that. It was way better, way better. I should have had my hopes up a little bit higher on that one, because it was really freaking good. I had thought about trying out the strawberry pina colada, maybe doing that one with milk as well. I thought it was funny that this doesn't have the like try it with milk thing down below here. Bahama Mama sounds really good too, but again, it's only if I end up liking the pineapple one over here, Battle Juice, because Battle Juice is another one that I apparently found is not also available anymore. So, which I thought was funny. Hype Sauce definitely is. PewDiePie Legionberry, which I didn't know was Legionberry. I thought it was cherry. But no, apparently this is a Legionberry, so I was like, okay. Let's see here. What was the other one I was going to talk about here real quick? Let's see here. Dear Lord. There's so many, chat. It's so hard to get through all these and be like, where is the one I wanted to... I'm like literally looking through all these. I mean, there's the sherbet one again. Strawberry slushy does sound good too. And I thought I'd try not the spicy lemonade, but the sour lemonade one. Oh, the fruit punch tart one, because it's never known. I think it is further down here. Where the heck is it? Where is that, chat? I can't remember which, like, it's one of these like company ones too. I can't remember what, because candy corn sounds weird. I'm just gonna say that right now. Maybe it was a... I think maybe it was a hydration one then. There's a few of the hydration tub ones too that are actually look really good. Oh yeah, bubblegum lemonade hydration. So yeah, there it is. So that's the one I was looking at right there. Was the bubblegum hydration one, lemonade one. And there's only a few of these guys, but they're also a lot cheaper. I don't know if these do 40 servings. It looks like 30 servings is what it says on this. Yeah, 30 servings. 0 calories though. It doesn't have any caffeine in these ones. These ones are just for keeping you hydrated and stuff like that. Which is one of the things I do like that they have on these ones. A little bit differences and stuff. So, but for the energy ones, I will say I am definitely going to be going through quite a bit of these guys, checking a lot of them out. There's quite a few of them too that I've noticed maybe have already changed out on their website. Maybe that they've already gone out of them. This is another one. I don't know. It depends on the pineapple if I like it or not, chat. Again, I'm very kind of like leery about it. I thought it was a Resident Evil one, or there's a watermelon lemonade, which that might be interesting to try. Yeah, so there's a few of them that maybe also aren't listed on here at the moment. I don't know, but there's a lot of good flavors. I honestly gotta say, I don't kind of like was staring here at the flavors there, chat, trying to find the one I'm looking for, and I just honestly cannot find it because I thought there was more for the Twisted Metal line than just the sour cotton candy one. Where the? No, I guess not. I do know that they have this, the Atari box. Now, this is the other thing I was trying to find, was that the other flavors. Because, see, there is a few in this one that I was kind of like, yeah, I definitely want that. Like the blue raspberry. Really want to try that out. The sour grape is another one. I think this one is... I think that one's supposed to be like a centipede is strawberry pineapple coconut as well. I think that's another like peanut colada one. Let's see here. Collector's boxes, maybe. Oh, whoops! I went to the hydration one. Collector's boxes. The $100 for the oh my lord, though, dude. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't even realize the shaker until just now. The shaker is pretty freaking cool. Cannot even deny that one. So there's the Atari 2600 Plus flavor, which is a red explosive fruit gummy. The sour grape one for asteroids. That's the one I really freaking want. I guess this isn't out yet. When does it come out? Ships in February. So literally next month, it's coming out, guys. And this looks so good. This is only 15 servings, though. That's a mini one. It's one of the mini tubs. Strawberry pineapple coconut. Yeah, so see, centipede one is like that, and then the Pong is the blue raspberry energy one, and then of course it comes in like an Atari box. I mean, that's what is really memorable, and then of course the Atari cup itself that says G Fuel. I gotta say, like, yeah, see the 15. They better make a sour grape one that's more than 15. That's what I was trying to find on here earlier. G Fuel, I swear, if you watch this at all, please release one if you don't already have one. No, it's not G Fuel. Sour grape. There is no actual just grape. What? Amino fluid U2's collector box. And of course, this is not available. Grape, banana, apple. Okay, so wait a minute. Didn't we see that one in the tubs, though, chat? Because combat ones. Oh, right here, right here. Okay, I thought I saw this one over here. So you can still get this. So you can still get this, which is just grape, banana, and apple. I would be more willing to try this one, the Edge Runners one, versus the actual Phantom Liberty one, which is pineapple and banana. But I don't know. It's also the banana. I've never had a banana flavoring that's like this. Like, honestly, like that would be intense, I think, to try with all three of those. But I think the apple would actually help tone down a lot of the sweetness of both the grape and the banana. So I definitely would like to check these guys out. But as far as like the bubblegum one right now, guys, I gotta say I've absolutely loved this guy so much. Like, it has been definitely a better of the flavorings that I've tried so far. And like, and again, for this, like, kind of put this in perspective. I don't have the tub of Sneak sitting next to me, sadly enough, anywhere. Otherwise I'd grab that. But like, we were sponsored by these guys called Hyper G Fuel. I mean, honestly, if you want to sponsor us, we're no longer sponsored by these guys. It'd be amazing. These guys actually do put dye in their powders. I actually am not a big fan of that. The other thing I'm not a big fan of is that these literally smell and taste like fucking vitamins. These guys, I want to say, look, at the end of the day, Hyper did a good job of what they were trying to deliver on at first, and then they kind of fell short of it. Another company that I've had a big issue with is Sneak, your guys' direct competitor, actually. I used to love and enjoy their actual original flavors. However, a lot of how they've handled their like ordering, how they've handled actual other people that I know personally in the streaming industry, where they've been either disabled gamers and stuff like that that have been partnered with them for years, and then all of a sudden they're getting all their stuff taken away from them and given to other content creators, and even those content creators are like, yeah, this stuff doesn't even have like my name or my branding on it. It was all meant for somebody else, you could tell, and this wasn't even what I ordered. It was an extra box on top of things like that. And it's like, oh wow, that's really not the best way to do business there, Sneak. But hey, it's kind of one of those things, and I feel like I can say this because I'm not being paid. G Fuel ain't paying me right now. Nobody's paying me to do the little review thing right now. All right, like I am literally just doing this just out of the kindness of my own heart to be like, oh yo, this is what I feel about the product. So I want to give you guys an honest review, an honest product review. I know some people are like, well, dude, you might hurt yourself working with other companies. I have literally tried to work with Sneak beyond a reasonable doubt. Been trying to like work with them for years. If you are not pulling in like 100,000 plus viewership, million viewers, whatever the case is for your videos, the streams, whatever it is, they're not gonna mess with you. They're not gonna talk to you. They will never even care to have you in their actual like repertoire. In fact, they only like to brand like kind of like brag about the fact that they work with the best. G Fuel, I have seen worked with content creators that have been both small, actually all small, medium, and big, and that's something I do like about them. But I also like the fact that they still, at the end of the day, care about their product. They care about being, part of the gaming community and delivering something that is actually, actually a working product. If you guys want a little bit of proof of how much this stuff actually works, look no further than the streams. We're, multi-streaming across all the platforms. You can find me as Devi2100 or just Devi. That's on LiveSpace. But a lot of the things I gotta say is that, like, most of the energy drinks I've been using don't give me that feeling of like, oh man, I feel like I'm alert, I'm focused, I'm heightened, that I'm gonna actually be able to perform a little bit differently than I normally would when playing a video game. When I was playing Ghost Runner the other day, I was managing to have a better reaction time and get through more of the game a lot quicker than I feel like I normally would have without using any of the G Fuel. So there is that to be said. And you guys can see that from like a day and night perspective on my streams of when I played, Ghost Runner before. It's like, obviously I'm not, pushing myself like the way I normally would be. So there is kind of a little bit difference there as it is when it comes to all that. Mainly just because like when I'm playing Ghost Runner, it's such a fast-paced game. Yes, I am going to be trying to keep my like reaction time and my and all this stuff going at at a fast enough pace and stuff. Sorry, I just have a bunch of background noise that's starting to like get to me at the moment here. I'm just like, oh man. The biggest thing is like when you're playing Ghost Runner is like, yes, your reaction time is normally going to be a little bit like you got, well, I shouldn't say normally, like I normally am on more point, I should say, or more focused, more alert than I would normally be when I'm playing like, let's say, Call of Duty. It's because it is a one-hit kill game. I guess maybe I should approach some games like that as well, and maybe to make you a little bit better at some of those other games when it comes to, avoiding taking damage and stuff like that. But you are literally playing a game that if you get hit even one time, you are dead. So it is really hard not to get like overly stressed about that game. And then when you feel like you are in like just in a special like little bit of like a tune where you're just like, okay, you got this rhythm going on where you're able to just flow with the game, whether it be from like, I don't know if it's like the music itself is really well handcrafted for the game because it gives you this like perfect little beat to kind of go with the game, kind of like Doom would do. With Doom back in 2016 when it was released, it had this specific little beat to it that right as you were playing it, it was just like, okay, each one of these moments, has this kind of like, like if you're going to kill like a certain demon, the shift of the actual album, it would change, or the sub part of the soundtrack it would change to, and then go back to this part of the soundtrack, but it would be so seamless you wouldn't even notice that. It does kind of flow similarly to that, but it's not nearly on that level. It's so hard to explain how the hell Doom's soundtrack actually flows with the game, you know, when you do certain kills, glory kills, and you know, certain maneuvers and so forth, so on, and you hit this area, but now you're into this area, but now you went over to this part. The way the soundtrack can literally just shift and change itself in, you know, simultaneously at any given moment is just mind-blowing. So Ghost Runner doesn't have exactly like that level of it, but it's a very, very fast-paced, high-octane game, just like Doom. You move fast, you keep moving, you don't die. You stand still, you're most likely gonna die. Unless you're in one of those moments where you're like, okay, I just want to take in the scenery for a second, I just want to take a breather for a moment. You have very, very few moments like that, but once you're in the middle of a battle, like doing the Tom first boss battle, there is no moment to just breathe during the scaling of that tower. You just got to keep going. And the moment you feel like you're like, okay, I got to stop, it actually will just throw you off. Then there's a few moments in the tower you literally have to think, okay, pause, jump, 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 now run. And you're like, okay, but I'm not used to this movement being subverted by anything where it's like, okay, now you gotta pause for just a second, now go. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on, what are we doing here? So it throws you these curveballs as you're going this, you know, this tower thing like that. And legitimately, I swear, if it wasn't for the fact that I had downed already 2 servings of these guys, I probably wouldn't have been able to keep going. It was literally to the point where it was draining me mentally so much that I had literally felt worn out. It felt like legitimately I went through a round with Mike Tyson, you know, and he's just rocking my brain, just mentally, bam, 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 you know. And at the end of it, you know, it felt like a great accomplishment to get as far as I did. We got to the second boss, and I was like, cool, we're done. We're done. End it here, guys. We're cool. We're gonna go to the next game, and still be able to play games, still be able to keep going. And yeah, I did keep drinking some of this throughout the day. I did stay up fairly late. I also though have a very high caffeine tolerance, so it's not like this is going to use the caffeine to keep me wired so much that I'm not gonna be able to sleep. It actually, I gotta say, I probably slept fairly well actually for having ingested that much G Fuel. I woke up pretty well at 9:30. I was like, all right, cool, let's go, let's get the day going. I felt good. I didn't feel groggy. Now that's something I will say with Sneak. The next day after drinking it, you feel this weird grogginess that if you don't drink it right away the next morning, it's like you're crashing super hard. So I definitely will say I recommend, you know, this if you're, you know, playing games, especially if you're playing something hard like Ghost Runner. If you're playing MOBAs, that was actually a really fun thing, using this while playing MOBAs and feeling like I was actually able to, you know, focus really well with my characters and read a battlefield better than I normally would be when I'm playing without something like this. And it's in a way almost like a performance enhancer. Yes, it really is. It's like it's going to enhance my performance versus me just being, you know, bare bones and going into this, you know, game thinking, okay, yeah, I'm going to go and make this move, and then those moves are completely horrible, and I'm not reading my enemy's moves well, and I'm not reading the battlefield well. Especially when you need to not only attack for who you're attacking, but keep an eye on the mini-map, see what's going on with the jungler, see what's going on with top or middle if you're playing bottom, you know. And especially like because we're playing a lot of Paragon the Over Prime, it's like, you know, if I'm playing in the duo lane, I gotta be watching solo, I gotta be watching the middle, and I gotta be watching the jungle, going all at it at the same time. And if I make any mistakes, then I gotta be able to say, okay, hey, whoever's close to this, can you pull over to this lane really quickly and go over here? And trying to control the lane movements at the same time effectively. I am trash at it, and yesterday I felt like I was at my peak performance doing that actually, and I felt like I actually did a really good job. We played a few PvP matches, actually won them, and it was like, oh, holy crap, all right, let's go, let's keep going. So definitely I'm looking forward to trying out some more of these guys. And there is thing I will bring up, is that I do feel like the blue raspberry ones, there's something about the flavoring that just overpowers the actual energy vibe to it, that they feel like they're more like juices to me. So I don't feel like they work the best, but I will say this definitely delivered on the energy, the focus, the alert, the reaction time. And, you know, honestly, I think this would be great to even go and use Spirit before you go to work out, or even before you go to work itself. So I'm definitely looking forward to Monday and going to work and having some of this one as we're walking to work, because I think this will definitely help me get to work on time. So But I wanted to leave it there, guys. Had a great time using this yesterday. I had a great time doing the stream. I hope you guys come in and hang out with us. And if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys all in the stream later on today. This has been Devi 2100. I will see you all later. Peace out, fam.